Well, we talked about on our last podcast, identity is always a part of every, it's a part of everything, right? The whole gospel narrative, the Christian narrative is that it's only when we find our identity in Christ that we were made whole.
Yeah.
So everyone who hasn't found their identity in Christ is looking for identity in something, right? So that's not a new feature.
Yeah.
However, the gender thing is somewhat new, certainly in recent times, and I think there's some reasons for it. One of them is our kind of movement away from objective truth. So if you think about it, it's like what historically has been kind of the most objectively true thing? Well, gender, male and female,
Sure.
is one of those things. I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally what you need for reproduction.
Yeah.
It's at a scientific level, there's nothing more kind of
Yeah.
objectively true than your chromosomes
Sure.
or, so once you start to knock down the idea that there is a such thing as objective truth, and of course that's kind of the foundation for the argument of God,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, and not to over spiritualize something, but it is a way to attack God as creator, right?
Absolutely.
Like even in our science right now, as it relates to origin theories and things like that, the overwhelming move in the scientific community is there needs to be some explanation for a creator because everything is pointing in that direction.
Right.
So like now all of a sudden, not only is this attack on God's creation, but it's an attack on God the creator who created
Yep.
the man and woman and who established this idea of how he's going to use sex for his glory and his purpose and the union of marriage. It's as
Right.
much as it is an attack on his creation, us as humanity, it's a in God's face attack of him as creator as well, right?
Yeah, and I think culturally with young people, like, so much of our foundational kind of beliefs are Judeo-Christian beliefs, even if you're not a Christian.
Right.
So there's now an attack on any of those things, like anything that historically had relevance or had meaning within our culture. So male and female,
Yeah.
marriage, all of these things are directly under attack. It was like culturally there was this vitriol for those things, and instead of previously there'd always been a appreciation and respect for where we came from.
Sure. And even purity in general, right? Which is
Yeah. Any sexual ethic, really.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I think that's why I think that's a big part of it. It's
Yeah.
like it's almost this mentality of like we got to burn all this to the ground
Sure.
and make our own way.
Yeah.